risers, welcome back. Thank you for joining us today for our Inspired Empowerment podcast. Today is Wisdom Wednesday. Sorry. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Rosie.
It's two over here.
And this is Va. But before we get started, just a quick announcement. You guys ever wonder about financial protection? And, a lot of people don't think that life insurance is a financial protection, but it is. Imagine as an individual, life insurance is really not for you, but it's for your loved ones. So that your loved one, when they're left behind, they don't have to worry about the financial burden for final expense and other things like that. So some of the things that you could look into is whether, take a look at your current financial situation and ask yourself what kind of life insurance you need for protecting yourself and protecting your loved ones who won't have to be burdened with, financial burden in the event that the unfortunate happened to you. Tu and I, here at IEG, we represent a very strong mutual company. And I believe that this is one of the strongest solvent company out there. And
that's still a mutual company.
Yeah, if you have any question, reach out to us. Let us know. We could provide that information for you. No obligation to buy.
Yeah, our contact information is below, so reach out to us or just post a comment there, and we'll get back to you if you just want more information. Find out what all the different policies can do these days. These policies have evolved, so there's a lot more to it than just life insurance. But at the minimum, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your assets.
All right, cool. And for today's Wisdom Wednesday topic, it is Maslow's fifth tier and also the last tier. It is self-actualization. So specifically, what is that?
What is that? What is self-actualization?
I'm going to play the dumb guy here today. I don't know.
Well, according to our research, we found that it's a realization of one's potential, self-fulfillment, seeking personal growth, and peak experiences.
Cool.
So what do you guys think the realization of one's potential is? Like, how do you know when you've reached your potential?
Well, for me, I think that when you reach your potential, you're content with yourself. Like you're happy with who you are, and you're willing to give help to those out there.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it. And self-actualization could come in many forms. So I think we live in a society where money has a huge impact on it.
Well, not just money, but more like the materialistic things, right?
Yes.
Because nobody really wants to hold on to money. They want money so they can go buy things with it.
Yes.
And so, from my experience, I've actually, it's kind of hard to explain self-actualization, but I think it's the action of an individual. What they do with it. I mean, you can have a lot of money, and you have a lot of things in life, but it's sometimes it really depends on what you do with it. So,
Yeah, and for everybody, it is going to be different, right?
Yeah.
Like self-actualization is not really a destination; it's actually a journey. You really can't proclaim yourself as self-actualized, in my humble opinion. It's usually the ones around you that considers you self-aware by your actions, right?
Yeah. So two brought a really good point, and I just want to give an example as a martial artist in karate, right? I don't introduce myself as Sensei Va, because that title is not for me to proclaim.
Yeah.
So that's why when I introduce myself to parents, I say I'm Va, or I'm the instructor here.
I see.
Right? It is something that is given to you by others based on your actions and how you treat people.
Yeah.
So
That's a
kind
good
of like
way.
Yeah.
that's kind of like
Yeah.
my experience with that. As a instructor, we don't. For me, especially the way I practice martial art is that we don't call ourselves sensei. Other people call us sensei instead.
I think that's a great way to approach it, and I definitely see where you guys are coming from it. I think maybe a way for people to or how I interpret it was appreciation of life when you finally feel content with your life. I think that's also another way that you could also see it. And even in that too, once you're as humble and as just appreciative of life, people do see that, and then they see you like, oh, you've reached that goal, I want to do that too. So that's how I see it too. And when we were talking about peak experiences, these are experiences where you just feel pure joy. So if you can look back and remember a moment you're just with family or doing something you love, and you pause for a moment just to acknowledge it and to feel whole in it, that was a sense of self-actualization or your peak experience.
Yeah, that's a great example, Caitlin. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I used to. This is what I used to say when I talk to people about it. It's like life happens so fast, right? When you're younger, it's like, man, I can't wait to be 18. I can't wait to be 21. As you get older, you're like, man, I wish I was still 21, 25, right? Life happens fast in a blink of an eye. And sometimes when you're self-aware of your surroundings and your strengths and your weaknesses and your tendencies and who you are, you tend to slow down and smell the roses just a tiny bit, and you kind of enjoy that journey. You're less frustrated. Self-actualized people, they tend to be happier. They tend to be more stress-free.
They don't bring people down. They don't break people down. They don't. They're not negative. I mean, we're all going to be negative here and there. We have our own biases. But they're actions.
Yeah.
Let's say like, for example, I have a skill that everybody charge for money, but I don't charge for it, and I teach it for free. And I do that because I already know how to make money, so I don't need to charge people to teach them. You know what I mean? Like say for example, my stock. I teach people stocks. Right? I already know how to make money with stocks. So there's no reason for me to charge people to teach them how to do stocks.
Yeah, because you're self-aware, you're
I'm
self-actualized.
self-aware. And also it's because I have a good self-esteem about myself too. It goes back to the previous level of my self-esteem, right?
Yes.
And it's like I'm comfortable with myself. I mean, I know how to do this, so I make money too. I'm good. I'm satisfied, right? So I feel good about myself, right? So I figure like, okay, I feel good about myself, so I just want other people to feel good like me, right? So it's kind of tough, but it's kind of tough to like really think about what the things we do to be self-actualized. But I think that as we continue, and our action will speak for itself.
Yeah, so I got a question here for you guys, right? Let's see if we can help our audiences out there. Do you guys think that being self-actualized is an internal thing or is it an external?
I'd say internal.
Why do you say internal?
Because with me myself, like going through life, I think with this specifically too. Sorry, I can't talk today.
You're doing just fine.
It really depends on where you want to take your life, how you approach a situation, how internally you feel about it. That'll definitely affect the outside and how your actions, basically. And I definitely see that with how I've dealt with like anxiety, depression, or happiness, or pure joy, and realizing, how to seek personal growth. I think it all starts mentally.
I agree. I think that it starts it's internalized first and foremost, but then when the funny thing is, when you're happy inside, it just shows on the outside, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It just resonates, right? And to those that actually care about you, if Rosie comes walking in the office one day and I care about her, I just know, hey, man, she's having a rough day today. Hey, Rosie, what's up? Right? Like you just kind of get that feeling, right? Because it starts in here, but then it gets reflected outwardly, right? Because that's the only way we can communicate, right? And a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to say anything to communicate. It's your body language, your facial expressions and stuff like that. You can communicate too. But yeah, I agree with you. It's an internalization outwardly, because people who are kind of self-aware and self-actualized, again, you can't self-proclaim yourself that, but they tend not to care what people think about them, right, Va?
Yes. And,
I know you were waiting for that.
No, but here's another thing I want to touch on. Like, so when we talk about self-actualization and how we build other in our action, right? So it is more of an internal thing, but we have to understand that all the external things has been fulfilled already.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So it goes back to how people are motivated. So like there's two basic form of motivation: intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation, right? So intrinsic motivation means that people don't pay you to do something, you just do it because you love it.
Yep.
And the extrinsic motivation because I want this job because it has this amount of pay.
Yeah.
Right. So like individual who are motivated extrinsically, eventually they're gonna lose motivation.
Yeah.
But individuals who are motivated intrinsically, that's their passion, that's their drive. So they're gonna continue to do it. They're gonna continue to do it so that it fulfills that. So that way, I just want to kind of touch this. Our listener has a different perspective on it. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's a really good ideology you just expressed right there, intrinsic and extrinsic. And if you guys don't know what that means, well, then you guys must gotta like this video, subscribe to it, and keep listening because we get more into depth into it. And also comment if you guys don't fully quite understand, or you guys just want to know more. Hey, comment below. These ladies right here, they do a great job of keeping up with the comments and replying to you guys, and that's how we kind of come up with topics on what to talk about here next on the podcast. So please interact with us. That's what we're here for, and that is an example of intrinsic. We're not doing this for the pay.
Well, there isn't any pay here, right?
No, that's
Yeah. So now, today's topic is pretty straight, right? So we're talking about self-actualization, right? So can you guys give an example of who you think or from history that is that you believe is self-actualized? And there's no right or wrong. Just pick somebody,
Do you have anything, Rosie? Anyone?
I'm trying to think.
Well, one that a lot of people do know that I believe was self-actualized is Albert Einstein.
Oh, okay.
Or Gandhi.
Yeah,
Oh
Gandhi.
yeah,
Gandhi, there you go.
yeah.
To be
I've
honest,
heard.
I haven't heard a lot
Nelson
about
Mandela.
them. I've heard their name, but
Yeah. But that's why I started with Einstein, and everybody kind of knows him, right?
Yes.
Not only was he smart in the lab and as a person, he was a very humble and self-actualized person, and he did a lot of things just because he wanted to, not because he was paid for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I'm not saying that if you're not self-actualized, you're not a good person, you're not a smart person,
Yeah.
or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. The goal, I think everybody's goal, whether they know it or not subconsciously, is to be self-actualized. Because
It's to attain
It
that
is.
peak of performance.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is that last tier too. So
Yeah.
And once you have progressed up those other four, like in Maslow's hierarchy, and you reach that peak, being self-actualized just means that you know who you are, inside and out. You know what your passions are, what your desires are. You know what motivates you, and also what people say about you. You are consciously aware enough to understand that not everybody's gonna agree with you.
Yeah, well, not everybody's gonna like you.
Yeah, it's impossible to satisfy everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys something. We have a local individual here. I'm gonna do a shout out to Clovis City Council and Clovis City Council re-elect
Yeah.
Vaughn Monutua. Right, he is an
Nice,
individual
wow.
in our community.
Yeah.
Right? But he said something to me, and I developed this phrase. Right, be the best version of yourself, so that you can inspire others. Right? And how I got that was we met with him.
Yeah.
We met with him last year, like in February timeframe, right?
Yeah.
And Johnny asked him like, hey, so you're helping us, and what can we do in return? And he said something to the effect that I don't really expect anything. I just want you guys to do your best. And,
Yeah.
be the best of yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And that motivated me.
Yeah.
And like, I just want to let you know, Vaughn, what you said to me.
What
was
you said to all of us.
All of us was so impactful.
Yeah.
That I ended up running for office.
Yeah.
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 So.
Yeah, and I ended up, applying for positions that I probably wouldn't have,
Yeah.
And so yes, a shout out to you, Vaughn. Thank you, congratulations for your re-election, and we hope to we will invite you and bring you on. So that you can express, so that our viewers out there can kind of hear why you inspire us so much.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, you guys got anything else to add to this topic, ladies?
Yeah, before we do the giveaway, just ask a little
Well,
last word.
That was a very uplifting story that you guys
Yeah.
brought. Like that was really touching to know. I think one thing that when I think about this whole level, I try to see if I like when you guys ask me if I've known anyone. I probably can't think of them right now, but I think that also just kind of shows that even if you don't have a role model for it, if you feel it internally, or if you've heard like people tell you things like, "Hey, like I'm proud of you," or stuff like that, I think that's another way you can probably gear it towards self growth and drive to do things.
Definitely.
But yeah.
You know, here's a, before we go to the giveaway, just to wrap things up, to our viewers out there, I would like to say, from my years of experience, the most people that I consider self-aware, they are always genuine in what they say. Just like Wrong Monato. They are genuine. They have no hidden agenda. They say what they do. They say what they do, what they say, and they don't say what they won't do.
All right, it's giveaway time, huh?
All right, cool. Rosie, did you want to tell us about it?
Sure. Okay, so as we mentioned in our previous videos, we will be giving away a two-way dash cam once we reach 1,000 subscribers. And we will also be giving away a Jamba Juice card. This is a buy one, get one free, and it works 6 times, and we only have 8 of these. So we will be doing a small little raffle once a week and be giving them away. So make sure you subscribe, or if you are subscribed, just comment below Jamba and you're in the list.
Yeah, simple as that. Simple as that. So, guys, we thank you guys for your time. We thank you guys for listening to us. We hope that you guys got value out of this. We will do our best to provide even more value through the contents that we create in the future. And don't forget, help us reach that 1,000 subs. Keep liking us, keep following us. And always, like I said, comment below, guys, because we want you guys to be interactive, and we want to be able to answer the questions that you guys do have out there. All right?
See you again next time.